Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to continue building on the track. However, I do want to apologize. I did record the video for you earlier, and while editing, I realized that the sound of the actual music that I recorded, there was a sort of a buzzing noise throughout the whole file, so I just could not use the sound. So I had to redo this. So now instead of actually creating these channels, which is the alternate hi-hat, the ride, I will just be going through with you guys on what I did, and then once I finish going through about these two channels, then I can start making something else with you together. So so before I start, let me hit the record button here, and please subscribe and hit the bell icon for future videos. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so as you can see, these are the channels that I've created. Let me just quickly key in this to see as well. Yeah. Okay, so the last video we created the kick, the rumble, and the 16th hi-hat. So what I did is I changed the samples that I used in the 16th hi-hat. I kept the 15th hi-hat number, sample number 15 the same. I did not use the hi-hat number 26 sample, but I did add in a new different sample, and I kept the velocities. I kept the velocities the same. I did not do anything there. I simply just moved the MIDI notes from here all the way to up. So that's the changes I made to the 16th hi-hat. To the percussion, see now this is the percussion that we have here. If I solo this, if I increase it, so what I did in the previous video that I recorded was I took this out, and I decreased the velocity of this slightly. So now this is how it sits with the rest of the track. Okay, so the next thing I did was I created another drum channel, and I added a drum rack, and I added two hi-hat samples in the offbeat position. As you can see, two different samples. The first sample is at and the other is a quarter a note, and this is how it looks. I've played with the velocity. As you can see, this is the velocity of these samples, and this is the velocity of these samples. So then this is how they sound solo. So what I've really done here is these are the two channels. What in each channel is this is the sample, Then I've added some EQ. I've cut off the low end. Then I've added some drum bass, added some crunch, increased the transients. Then what I've done is I've added some delay, changed the frequency range here, and changed click the fade. What I've then done is I've pretty much added the same kind of effects for this sample as well. EQ again, cutting the low frequencies, some drum bass, and then again a delay. Then my next step was I duplicated this channel, and I duplicated this channel as well, and I named it side 1, side 2. I will tell you why exactly I've named it side 1, side 2 in a bit. But then after I've duplicated the channel, what I did is I added the utility plugin on all these 4 channels. So you can see there's a utility here, there's a utility here, there's a utility here, and there's a utility here. So after I did that, what I did is I go to the first channel, and then I right click here and I activate the mid-side mode. I do this for all the 4 channels on the utility plugin. Then what I did is after I activate the mid-side mode, sorry, I just deactivated that. Yeah, so then I move the knob completely to the left, where I keep it on the completely on the mid side, and I do this for both the original samples. As you can see, both the utilities are completely on the mid side. And then for the other duplicated channels, if I open this, you can see, let me just move that there. Yeah, so if you see that here, I've gone to the right side and I've made this completely on the side. Same for this. Not completely. This I put it around halfway, but it's more on the side than in the mid. And then what I've done is I've added a reverb only on the side channels. So these are my settings for the reverb. I've cut the low frequencies, put the quality on high, removed the chorus, removed the spin, increased the decay time a bit, reduced the dry wet. Same reverb on both the channels. See, this is the other channel. Same settings. And then what I've done is I've added some overdrive to both the side channels. So this gives a good a feeling of space or reverb on the side of your hi-hats on every offbeat. So this is how it sounds solo. And this is how it sounds with the rest of the mix. So the next I worked is on this channel, the ride channel. I created another channel called a drum channel, and I added a ride to a drum rack, a ride sample to a drum rack. This is how it sounds solo. This is the MIDI pattern for the rides. As you can see, I played with the velocity here to give it a groove. And then these are the effects. Let me turn everything off, and this is how it sounds without any of the effects. What I've done is I've added some EQ and sort of cut the high frequencies and the low frequencies. And then what I've done is I've added some redux. You can instantly hear the difference here. Then I've added some echo. It gives it this nice groove. Then I've added some reverb. Very slight amount, you can hardly tell the difference, but yes. and then I've added some saturation. This is how it sounds by itself, and this is how it sounds with the rest of the track. Okay, so finally, let's move on and let's start building on this further. What can we add to this? Also, I'm thinking I might choose to either go ahead with this perk channel or this ride channel because I like the way this sounds without the perk. Let's listen to it. This is this is with the percussion. This is without the percussion. So I think that's what I think I will go ahead without the perk. I'll switch off the perk channel and let's see. So let's try adding in an arpeggiator to this. So maybe okay, let's try with Serum. And let me go to my instruments and add an arp. Before that, let me draw in a note. I think we're in the key of G, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So then we will go back to ARP here. Maybe we can do some. Maybe let's see what we'll do with the ARP. Maybe we can do G here, and then 3, and then +7. So since we're in G, a minor chord is either the right keys are either 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, which is 1 octave above G4. So let's try this. Let me legato this and sort of solo this channel. And sorry about that if I that was really loud, sorry. So why don't we see if we can play up down? Yeah, something like this. Yeah, switch the key to G and minor, and maybe we can move this to 16. Or maybe Maybe I will add one more note. No. Why don't I try doing this? Mm. How about change the settings here? Okay, maybe we can play with this. Let's see. Go to serum. Maybe changes to four voices. Go to basic shapes. Keep a sine wave here. Maybe go to basic shapes here again. Yeah. Now we can sort of maybe play with the detune. Okay, now with the envelope, maybe add some release to this. Bring down the sustain. Maybe here bring down the sustain a bit, and put this on the filter. Yeah. Add some drive. Yeah. Now what we can do is cut the low frequencies here. And then maybe add in some delay. Switch off the compressor. A very slight amount of delay at 10%. And keep it at ping pong. Maybe add some reverb to this. Low cut. High. Switch off the spin. We'll keep the chorus. More amount of decay time here. Yeah. So now let's see how it sounds with the rest of the track. I feel like it's still too bright. We need to sort of still go make it a bit more darker. Maybe I will go down an octave. Maybe one more. Let's try it now. So let's solo this and see what else we can do to this sound to improve this sound. Maybe add a redux again. Let's listen to it now. Yeah, I think it sounds still a little better. What we can do to this is EQ some of this, cut out the low frequencies again, and cut out the high frequencies here. Yeah. Now let's see how this sounds with the rest of the track. What else can we do to this? Maybe we can add an amp. No. You know, maybe I will keep this, and in the next video I will show how I can modulate some of the parameters within the Serum VST to sort of use this as a melodic groove towards that's always lying at the back of your track. So let's see if we can do that. So I think I'll keep it at that for today's video, and in the next video what we are going to sort of do is make sure all of these elements in the track are within the right key. I'm yet to do that. Sorry about the technical issues, so hopefully I'll get that fixed for all my future videos. I need to maybe pick up a microphone to record my audio separately, and the audio from my Ableton software separately. If you guys have any suggestions, please do let me know in the comments. Hope you all are safe. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.